paste special today. So when you are copying data in Google Sheets, you're not just copying what you see here. You see some data, you press Command C to copy. You're not actually just copying that. You're copying a lot of other things too. Called metadata, it's what you don't see. So it's formatting, or it's that this text is Arial 10, things like that. It is formulas. So if you had a formula here in this cell, see this, if you press Command C and then you press Command V, the formula can break. If you press Command C and then Command Shift V, this pastes the value versus the formula. So you're not just always pasting, you think you're seeing a 1, you're pasting a 1. You're not always just pasting the number. You're pasting, again, the formulas, the formatting, maybe data validation, maybe even direction of cells. If you copy these cells and you paste it down, it just goes down. But you can actually paste in other directions too. So the point is that when you copy and paste, you're actually copying more than just what you see. And there are ways to control that. So let's start by looking at this section right here. As you can see, I'm filtering data. Right, here's the formula. I'm filtering this from the master table from that other main sheet. And so once I pull this in, I then have the data I want here. I have my 148 rows of data. This is now a dynamic formula. So whenever the other sheet updates, this will update. Let's say that I don't want that to happen. I just want this to stay how it is. Otherwise, someone sorts this sheet, and this sheet sorts also. So if I had some notes in here, right, and this were a manual entry, and I wrote, this was good, and then someone actually changed the order on the other sheet, this would change the order here, so then suddenly this would be gone. So if somehow this was gone here, it'd be gone there too. So now I think this was good beyond the void when that one actually wasn't good. So you don't want to, so sometimes you don't want the formulas to be dynamic and update by themselves. If that ever happens, you can do, after you have the formula here to filter, you can just select it all. So Shift Command arrow down and arrow right, then Command C, Command Shift V. What does that do? The same thing as if you went to Edit, Copy, and then Edit, Paste Special, and you see here all the list of what you can do by pasting special. What I do is paste values. So now you'll see here, there's no formula, just the values are there. So under there, you can paste values, you can paste just format, you can paste all except border, so there's a bunch of different options, right? Even column widths. It's a pretty cool tool to do certain things, data validation only, conditional formatting only, so you can paste only the piece of the data or the metadata that you're trying to paste. Another example, let's say that from this sheet, so you see these are, right here I write what the data is. This is a manual entry, manual entry, manual entry. These are formulas right here. So let's say if I copied these rows and I pasted them into this sheet, and I just do a regular paste, either Command V or Edit, regular paste, this is going to break because this formula is looking up to a lookup sheet that's not here. On the other hand, if I Command Shift V or Edit, Paste Special Values, those are the same thing, it all works because it's just pasting the value, not the metadata formula behind it. So it's an important concept to understand what you're copying and pasting when you're doing it. It can definitely save you some time, and there'll be errors. If you don't know what you're doing with it, you're going to paste things that are just going to break. One more example. Let's say I want to copy these, but let's say I want to turn them from rows into columns. I can Command C or Edit, Copy, and then I can go Edit, Paste Special, Paste Transposed, and now suddenly they're going horizontally across columns. So just another example of when you copy and paste, you're copying the verticality of the data, or the horizontalness, if that's a word, of the data. But you can change that. You can paste the data in a different way. I'm not sure that's called metadata, but the point is that you can control how you paste something after you paste it. And I'm sure you've noticed that even when you paste something from Google Sheets into an email or into a Google Doc or something else, it pastes a certain way. So it's not just pasting plain text, it's pasting other things. The paste values thing, or the paste without formatting thing, does apply to other software too, often to Google things, but also to other things too. So keep that in mind that you can manipulate how something comes out when you paste. Don't just give up because you pressed Command V somewhere. Think about what went wrong, what went right. Is there a way to present the data in the way I want? That doesn't take me a whole lot of time to retype things, but actually I can paste certain parts of the data, certain metadata, certain formatting.